recording this webinar, so I will have this posted later on. Tracy, I was using the Mega Sports True Type font yesterday, and when I tried to mock it up, I got a jumbled mess and red boxes. What did I do wrong? Tracy, there's a lot of things, couple different things. Did you select, did you make sure you respaced it? Every stone was the same size. Make sure you were using the correct stone colors. Another thing is do a wireframe. Sometimes there might be some things stuck in your design that might be confusing the program, or it might be, or you might have some overlap stones. So make sure you do a merge overlap as well. All right, couple different things. Tracy, then send me that file. Can you send me that file over to okay, try that, Tracy. If it doesn't work, then go ahead and send me the file. I'll look into it. I'll figure out what's going on with it, and I'll let you know. All right. Nelly, where are you posting the 209 video? Nelly, you know what? Since it seems like all you guys want to see it, I'll go ahead and post it. I'll create that video today, and I will post it on our YouTube channel, of course, and then I can post it on the crafting page so you guys can see it. If you guys haven't joined the crafting page, it's our group page that we have. Just go in there. You can register, or excuse me, sign in or sign up. We'll accept you, and then you can see all the great topics that have been covered in there and all the great files that have been shared. And, of course, I'll go ahead and post that video in there for you guys. All right. How do you make a mock-up from a purchased template? Now, are you saying I tried to do a mock-up with a purchased two-color cross template and could not figure it out? Okay, sure. I think I know what you're talking about. So you might be talking about our old design. So real quick, before I move into that one, Char, I don't want to get carried away. I just want to show you real quick the mock-up here, what I wanted to show you guys, and then I will go ahead and move to the next point. All right. So real quick, we have a custom tab here. Okay. So under this custom tab, it makes it really easy for us to be able to customize and bring in our own image and add it to there. So as you can see here, we have the mason jar here, and we do have some videos that cover this whole process. So if you guys were looking to create your own mock-ups, this is the place to do it as in there as well. Now up here at the middle right here where we have copyright, this is where you're going to basically add all your information. So I can type in TRW, I can type in the watermark, so the Rhinestone World.com. Now the watermark is very important to protect your image. Make sure you guys have watermark in there. These days it's very difficult to protect your image as far as from the internet. I mean, if it's in there, you know, you can't really stop somebody from taking that image. What you can do is make it very difficult for them to trace that image. All right, so that watermark is going to be very helpful in doing that. And then where it says logo path right here, this is one of the questions we get asked quite frequently, is how do we add our own logo to it? Right here we can open my files, and I can go here and let me see, trade shows. I can go to Daniel. I know he has a couple graphics in here. So right here, and you can see all the different graphics that we've worked in the past here. Here's our Christmas photo shoot that we did a while back. But basically here I can choose my TRW logo. Now that path is selected. I can hit add. Now that's in there. Again, if I want to move it up, I can move it up with the arrows, or hit shift and up key to move it all the way to the top. Hit save. Now we have that in here. So let's go ahead and choose TRW. The 90 here, that is the transparency of your watermark. So let's say we want to create this cheer design here and just put it on a background with your information, a t-shirt on there as well. We can do that all with one click. So type in TRW cheer. We're going to do logo, watermark, simulate stone, stone detail. Select, and we'll choose 95 here. And then we're going to go ahead and select one of our front. Let's see here what we got. We'll go front. All right, so we'll do the front here. And then we're going to go ahead and just select our women's scoop neck. Oh, got to select our design first. Now notice here, it gave me an error message, okay, at the bottom here. This turned yellow. So once it's turned yellow, it gave me, that hits me, hey, there's something going on with your design. I looked down, it said, hey, highlight your design. You don't have the design highlighted, dummy. Make sure you do that first. So I went ahead, highlight the design, select my women's scoop neck, run through it. Bam, there is my design on the t-shirt. And also on the right hand side here, so you can see the design nice and large, there is my total stone count. There is my brand new logo we just installed. There is the size of the design, and right here it tells us there is 135 TRW pink and 297 crystal. Now what that tells me is, hey, now I can figure out how many stones I need to buy. The crystal, of course, I would always recommend having in stock. TRW pink, on the other hand, it's a little bit more expensive. So you know what? I only need 135 for this particular design here, so that tells me 135. I can buy one gross, and be able to make this one design here, okay? Because 1 gross is equivalent to 144 stones. So again, this is going to save you money, it's going to save you time, and ultimately, you know, you're not going to have a lot of stones laying around because you're going to know exactly how many stones you need to purchase for that particular order. All right, so let's go ahead and delete this and go back a page. Now, if anybody I do see a lot of questions coming in. Rudy, what is the size of the logo box? The logo box, right now it came in as 2.896 here. All right, but the size of what I had it when I bring it in, it doesn't matter because there's already set. But I believe it's around that 3-inch area for the logo. I get blank area when I try to do that. Yes, Jerry, which part did you need me to do again? Just go over it. Let me know which part you need me to go over, Jerry, and I'll be more than happy to. Where can you sign up, Nelly? I'm guessing for the crafting page. Nelly, you can sign up on, just go to the crafting with rhinestones and vinyl, hosted by TRW crew, and you can just go in there and just become a member there. All right. Where is Watermark? Watermark is right here. So you can add the watermark down here. You can also add it here, but here's my watermark. You see this? You see this kind of faded, the Rhinestone World going to the back? That's your watermark there, all right? So if I try to trace this design here, it's just going to be there's going to be a watermark going right through all the circles, all right? And you can tell the watermark is actually my top layer. So if I go to my wireframe here, what you'll see is this box right here, that's my watermark, and that goes right on top, all right? So if you do create the watermark when you create the template, make sure that if you want to change the shirt color, just drag the watermark out of the way or just hit delete because you can still add it at the end. And I prefer adding it at the end, so if I need to make any adjustments to the mock-up, so if I want to change the shirt color, I can still do so without having the watermark interfere with what I'm trying to accomplish, all right? Because if I have it in the way, it won't let me select anything because the way the watermark works, it has to be on top. If it's on the bottom, it's going to do nothing to protect your design, so it needs to be on the top. Jerry, and I'm sorry that your the sound is bad, Jerry. Like I said, I am recording this, so hopefully the recorded version, well, actually the recorded version you'll be able to hear a lot better. All right. All right, so let's go ahead and get rid of that now. Now, I did have a question earlier, how to bring in the design, all right? So I can actually bring in the design and show you how to do that. But let me answer a couple more questions here. I made a let's see. I made a shirt mock-up with font and back, but the name was low on the back. Is there a way to make it across shoulders? Yes, Tracy, we can definitely do that. So let's go back real quick. So let's just say we have this, and then another great thing that Tracy brought up is the fact that we can add a design to the back of the shirt. So I can go right here to back, and let's go ahead and place it on the back. And Tracy, what you want to do in this case is, so if it's too low on here, so if it's too low on the back there, let me go ahead and make this a little bit darker so you guys can see it. All you really have to do, and notice how I didn't select the watermark feature this time, because what I want to do is I want to highlight my design here and just basically drag it up to the top. All right, so just drag it up to the top, and now you're able to move it. And that's what I meant earlier by I don't like to add my watermark until the end of it, because if I need to adjust it, or let's say it's like a small design, and this is the front of the shirt, and you want to put it right on the, like in the corner here, you can do so like that. So different things you can do as long as you don't have the watermark already placed, because that's going to be on top, all right? So did that make sense there, Tracy? Yep, and it's pretty easy, exactly. Jerry, yes, I'm glad you asked that question. So I guess we're going to stick on the mock-up feature a little bit longer here. So let's go ahead and delete it. So let's say we have cheer, all right? So we have cheer for the front of the shirt, but now this customer really wants to add their last name on there. So we can type out my last name, Herrero, make it a little bit bigger. We'll go fonts. Let's choose this one here. Okay, so this is actually something pretty cool that happened here. So notice what happened is when I selected my TRW 135, notice how there's nothing there, all right? Why? Because I typed it in uppercase. So right here it tells me font preview, lowercase only, all right? So there's nothing in the preview for the uppercase, so that's telling me I can't use uppercase, all right? I can only use the lowercase. So what are we going to do? We're going to go up here to our change case, and I'm going to just do lowercase. Hit OK. And there it is. Now it appears. All right, so now it changed the toggle case to lowercase, which is telling me here that's what I need to use. So now we're ready to go. So Stone Wizard, let's go back to our resize. Oh, let's not resize it there. We want to make sure we have 10 selected. And then we're going to resize it. Now it's going to ask me not all stones are 0.13. Would you like to replace stones? Hit yes. And there we go. So there's my last name there. We'll go ahead and make that TRW pink as well. Now, here's the big thing, Jerry. When you're working with a two-color or two designs like this, where you want to place one in the front and one in the back, the big thing, on top of being inside your workspace area here, so As long as you have it inside the workspace area, we're good to go. The big thing is you want to highlight the part of the design that goes to the front of the shirt. All right, so whatever is going on the back, you leave unhighlighted. Whatever is going on the front is going to be highlighted. All right, so the cheer in this case is highlighted because it's going on the front. Now we're going to go to the drop-down menu here, and we can just go, you can do front and back. We can do single shirt only front. So let's go ahead and do just single shirt front and back. All right, so single shirt front and back, select our women's scoop neck, and that's going to run through the program. It's going to run through the design here, and there it is. So logo, TRW cheer, right in the middle there, we have our first part of the design here. So we have cheer here. Again, with the rhinestones, makes it look realistic. And then whatever we did not have selected is on the back. So there is my marrero on the back. Now again, if you want to change the location of it, go ahead and just move this back. And there we go. We're all set. So there is the front, there's the back, and we got our pretty cool looking design showing it off on the front and back of the t-shirt in a matter of no time. Now, say you have multiple shirts, what you can do is basically I can drag each shirt here and then duplicate it like this. So if you want to have 3 different designs here, so if you want to go here, we can go 1 there. Now all I did was I grabbed it. Now left clicking down while I'm dragging the shirt, I right click to copy it. All right, so I just copied it in there. Now what I can do is I can highlight this cheer and I can just right click, drop it, right click and drop. Now we can come in here and change the individual colors of those designs as well. So if we want 3 different shirts with 3 different rhinestone colors on the cheer, this is how you can do that. Now, of course, we can come in here. If you want, you know, you can come here, make this bigger, and now we can drop all 3 shirts right in there. Oh, select all 3 of them. And then we can drop these right in there. So now we have even a more custom mock-up there that we can show off. So if you're trying to create multiple shirts with different designs, you know, this is one way you can go about that. All right. So I just do see a lot of questions coming in. Missed info for crafting page. Latanya, if you have any questions on the crafting page, just shoot me an email. I'll be more than happy to answer. When I say the design to PDF for a customer, I have to remove the shades from the shirt. Joe, I do remember hearing about that. That is something we're working on for the 3.0. So in that case, I would just do a JPEG in the meantime. What did you do to change the shirt color? Janetta, did you get that when I did it again? Let me go back 1 here so you guys can see. All right, so to change the shirt color, Janetta, all I did was I just selected the shirt. So I still have this one in here. So if I want to select the shirt, select it, and then I can just go to my color palette and change the color. All right. Now the big thing is, Janetta, when I'm doing this, I don't have the watermark in there. All right. If I did have the watermark, then I would have to either hold shift and click on the shirt or remove the watermark for the time being and then just click on the shirt and change the color. So I can just come in here, change it, and do whatever I need to do. Can you change shirt color when it is out of the black area? And yes, yeah, you absolutely can. You absolutely can. So here I can change it out of the black area. So you can still adjust that shirt color. All right. I want to skip back 5 seconds on webinars like DVR. Bright House is pretty good with that too. Let's rewind it a little bit. But Joe, that's a great thing about the webinars. We record them. So technically you will have it on DVR hopefully by you know, I have Gambino in here. He's one of our young guys that is great with editing videos, so I might have him work on this today so you guys can have it for over the weekend. Janetta, copy key. A couple different things you can do with a copy key is edit. We can copy here, or you can left click, drag. So I'm just dragging the text here and then right clicking. Or another good one is I can highlight. I can do Control C as in cat. So Control C is going to copy it, and then if I hit Control V, it's going to paste it. All right, so there it is. So put it up here for you guys real quick. Control C, Control V. All right, so that's what you would need to copy and paste as well. All right, so let me know if you guys need me to leave that up there any longer time. What is a copy key? Oh, sorry, just read that one. Deetra, how do you save the mockup? The mockup, very simple. Again, we'll have it inside our workspace here. We'll highlight our design. Go to export, and then you can export the PNG or JPEG file here. All right, so that way you can send it to your customer. Jerry, how to get the stone count? So if I don't want to, so Jerry's question was, I don't want to create a mock-up. I just want to get the stone count right off the bat. All right, so here's my last name. one way to know, because it's a one color design right here, Jerry, I can look down here and it tells me 270 objects. All right. So that tells me the total number of objects. But what if I have a two color design? So what if this is a two color design like this? Notice at the bottom here, it's still going to tell me 270 objects. All right. So that gives me the total number of rhinestones. But if I want to simplify it to each color, then I'm going to go down here to the bottom. And now right next to the save feature here, we have info. All right. Click on info, and that's going to tell me right here. And again, the big thing is make sure that you have our color selected here on the color palette. But the info tab right here is going to tell me 126 SS10 TRW pink and 144 SS10 emerald. So there is my count there. So total 270, but it also broke it down to each individual color, and it also gives me the dimensions. All right, so Jerry, again, that is the info button down here at the bottom of the TRW Stone Wizard. Please do it one more time. Absolutely. Okay, no problem, no problem. And let me know again. I know the mouse is kind of, sometimes if there's a little bit of lag on your end, you might be stuck behind. But let me show you real quick here. So, can I make? Is this gonna work? Nope. All right, tried. But right here, Jerry, right at the bottom here. So we're at the bottom of the screen. Let me know. Can you guys see the mouse there, Jerry? All right. So 1, 2, 3, fourth one from the left-hand side here. That's my info. Click on that, and that brings up my TRW Stone Wizard design information. All right. So again, right there, it's the last row at the bottom there. Actually, it's the middle. It looks like it's, yeah, the fourth one. So the fourth one from on the last row is your info feature there. Okay, I'm sorry, Jerry. And again, because we were recording, you'll be able to see this and actually listen to the actual the audio as well. But yeah, it's just right here. All right. All right. So let's go ahead and move on. Now again, I appreciate everybody's questions. This is making it fun. I love this. All right. So got blinking where you did them. Where's the watermark? Had to get some kind of. Oh, Tracy, great. Tracy said I tried it again and it worked. I must have messed something up last night. I'm good. Okay, awesome, Tracy. And you know, sometimes sleeping on it is the best cure for all those mistakes. All right, awesome. So looks like everybody's missed how you changed to two colors. Two colors. As far. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, Dwayne. Very quick. So all I did to change it to two color, I highlighted the section I wanted to change the colors to. Hit yellow. Now we have a two color design. Same thing if I do here. If I want to select just this and make it yellow, I can do that too. Yes, Nelly, I will be going over the design prep button. All right, so let's go ahead and move on. Now the mockups, again, it's a very cool feature. I'm glad you guys had a lot of questions. It's good because I always thought the mockups is kind of one of those things that everybody had down packed. But great, it's good to know that there was a lot of questions and a lot of good questions on that particular page there. All right, no problem, doing awesome. Yeah, no kidding. All right, so Nelly wanted to see the design prep, so that's actually good because that's one I wanted to go to next. Design prep is actually one that's pretty unique. It's one that not a lot of people work with too often just because they're kind of intimidated by it because not really sure how to work with it. All right, so let me go ahead and bring up, you guys seen these designs that we just came out with today? So these are our different heart designs, and actually this is going to answer the question that we had previously from on how to bring in a design in and create a mock-up. All right. So real quick, let me show you guys how to do that, and then we'll go on to using the design prep. So the question earlier was, we bought a template, an older template. Oh, sorry. Actually, I need those templates. So you'll notice if you purchase a design from us on the website and it's an older design, it'll come in like this, just the two yellow boxes. All right. So we still need to bring these together to be able to create a mock-up for a customer. So how are we going to do that? So let's just say this is going to be a baseball. All right. So obviously this is a baseball design. So we're going to make the laces red so I can highlight. Make sure you highlight the whole entire box, not just the design or not just the box. So this is highlighting the whole entire design here, the whole entire template. I'm going to group that together and I'm going to hit my green. All right. So that's green now. Now I'm going to do the same thing for my second color, group it together and make that, we'll just make it yellow. All right. So all I've done so far is I ungrouped it and then I ungrouped the whole entire design I brought in, and then I was able to individually with just the one heart I want to work with, I was able to group those templates together, Now all I need to do is highlight both of them, so I have both the green and the yellow selected here, and hit the letter P. All right, so the letter P. All right, so what is the letter P going to do? It's going to center everything together, so it just brings it all to the center of the page here. All right, so what I can do now is I can highlight that. I can go to ungroup all. Now ungroup all, what it's going to do is not only going to ungroup just the top layer, but it's going to ungroup everything that's behind it. And the reason I want that is because now I can come in here. I'm going to select just the green box. All right, so just the green box here and hit delete. I'm going to go ahead and select just the yellow and hit delete. And now look what we have here. We have the finished product. So there is my heart there with the laces. We can come in here now and change the colors if we like. So make that white. We'll make this, we'll make this red. And then we can make this yellow, or if you can, or excuse me, white or yellow for if it's a softball. All right. So again, a really cool design there. That is the new those new heart designs that we just came out with. Now let me show you a cool thing you can do with these. It's pretty neat. So we have the pack in there that you can actually utilize as well. So a couple things you can do with this one is let's say we have this design here. All right, so we have this. So this is the baseball. And then we have a smaller one in here that you can just actually install right in there. So let me go to wireframe real quick so you guys can see what we're working with. And we can just go ahead and drop that one right in here. Now one quick trick. If you highlight the main heart here and you hit group, so now I can move each individual one. So notice I'm just working right on my wireframe because I had white stones in there. Just so I can see a little bit better. And I'm going to do the same thing for this heart right here. All right, so I'm going to group it. So now I can move these two individually. So let's go back and show you what we're working with here. So notice how these are white. That's the only reason I went to wireframe. So what I can do is I can highlight this and hold shift and select on the heart, and I'm going to hit C. All right. Oh, excuse me. I'm going to hit P again. And now look what happens. Because I hit the letter P, now let's go ahead and de-highlight it all. So ungroup all, I'm going to select my white stones here so you guys can see a little bit better. Now look at that. It placed it perfectly inside of that heart. So look how nice that was. Because I was able to group them together and then hit the letter P, it brought them all to the center of the page. Now look at that. Now we have a really cool looking design. But now what if you have a your kid plays two different sports? No problem. Let's go ahead and go back one here. So let's say he plays let's say he wants to play football. So let's bring in our football one that we have. Now all I'm doing to bring these in, guys, oh, that's not the right one, sorry. All I'm doing to bring them in is I have them already saved on my desktop, and I'm just dragging them into the page. All right, so that's all I'm doing to bring in these designs in. So now we have a basketball one here. All right, so let's say your kid is a basketball and a baseball player. So let's ungroup these. We'll get rid of the big one here, and we'll get rid of the smaller one as well. Or you know what else you can do? We can make it a 3-1. So he's a 3-sport athlete. Let's go ahead and bring in our football one here. So we will play football for this one. All right, so you guys see what I'm doing here? Because we're able to work with all the different types of this particular design here, watch what we're going to do here. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of all of our templates. Now we have a 3 sports. Oh, you see what we did? One bad thing. I think I cut out the 2 that I needed to use. So I need to actually use this one here. All right, so here's that design. So now we have, you guys see what we're going to work with here? So this is going to go inside of the baseball, and then ultimately the basketball is going to be the last piece in there. All right. So we have 3 different hearts here. What are we going to do? We're going to highlight, we're going to group together, and then we're going to highlight this one, group together, and then this one should still be highlighted. So now we have 3 designs here. All right. So 3 designs, hit the letter P, bam, look at what happened here. That looks pretty cool, right? Oh, looks like we're going to have to move that one just a tad bit up. And there it is. Pretty cool, huh? So now we have a cool looking 3-color design. We have the baseball here. So again, very unique design there that we can work with. But let's say now, maybe move that one down a little bit. So that's with the letter P. Okay, yeah, sure, yep, that's the way to do that. Do you need to enlarge your workspace for mockup? Yes, if it's too large, then I would just come up here to the top and enlarge it if you wish. All right. Now, let me go ahead and go to the design prep because I know you guys wanted to see the design prep. So we have our design here. Let me go ahead and ungroup these, and we'll make this right here. We'll make this black. All right, so let's say we have this design right here, all right, and we're going to go ahead and duplicate it. But what happens is let's say we want to select just the black of this design here, not this one, but just this one, all right? Because this one's going to be a football, or excuse me, a softball, and this one's going to be a baseball. Dwayne, no, that is just holding the letter P. Just clicking P. No shift, nothing, just P. All right, so let's say, you know, if I want to change the color of the black stones here to, let's say, crystal for this one, all right? So I'm going to go here. I'm going to go select all same color. But look what happens, all right? What happens is it actually selects this design as well. But again, I only want to change the color of this one here. So how are we going to do that? We're going to go ahead and select my design here. I'm going to go to Design Prep. And under Design Prep, we have Process by Color, all right? Click on that Process by Color. Now it selects the black stones here. So if I want to change it to yellow, let's choose citrine. Process by Color. We can change that to red cyan. Bam. So now look at that. Only changed this particular design. This one's still the same. So now I can come in here, select all same color, change that to crystal. Now look at this. Now we have a two-color design here. All right, so let's go ahead and make that black. Edit tab to back, and there it is. So now we have a cool baseball and softball for my son and daughter. Well, obviously not for my son because I don't think your son will want to be wearing rhinestones, but for for the mom and for the sister, or if for the mom supporting her son and her daughter playing softball. So yeah, right there, pretty easy to be able to basically select one of my images and change just the colors to that design. All right, and that's if, of course, if you're working with multiple designs on your screen and you only want to select colors for that particular design, that design prep is going to be very useful for that. All right, another cool one that you can do, I mean, this is one that, no problem, Nelly. Let me see if I still have it in here. Oh, I don't, so I don't know if that's going to work. Maybe next webinar I'll show you guys how to create, like we've been coming out with a lot of new American flags, a cool way that we can create those. All right, so the last one I want to show you guys, I know we're running out of time. Time has flown today, so we might run a little bit over. I'm sure that's all right with you guys if you guys don't mind. But I do want to show the Place and Fill tab off. Of course, this is the main rhinestone feature, the main rhinestone tab in the TRW Stone Wizard. So a couple different things we have in here. Now, I know the scatter effect is one I do want to go over, so we'll go over that momentarily here. Now, is there any features in here that really you guys don't know how to work with, that you guys have had issues with? Show hatch fill. Okay, Janetta, perfect. All right, so the hatch fill is right here. Hatch fill, let's go ahead and see what a hatch fill really is. So let's say we have a box here and we have a circle here. All right. So let's just go ahead and show you. So right here we have two different options. We have inside, we have outside. So if you want to place stones to the outside of a design, you're going to use the outside feature. If you want to place it to the inside, we're going to use inside. Islands is just a number of layers that we're creating. So if I want to create 3 islands, it's going to create 3 islands to the inside. So those are just 3 different layers. All right. And that's all the islands is. So let's just say we want to, let's go ahead and just do the inside. So what is a hatch fill? The hatch fill is basically just going to create a path. Horizontal lines going this way. Do something complicated, an apple. All right. All right. So real quick, Janelle, before I do that, let me just show them. Oh, what happened here? Okay. So real quick, let me just show them what exactly the hatch fill is. So select my box, hatch fill, select my circle, hatch fill. All right. So you can see it just creates those horizontal lines going across my design. So why is it important that I show you the circle? All right. So yeah, right now it looks good. All right. But what if I added stones? What if I wanted to add stones to the inside of these shapes? So I can select a box, and I'm going to do add stones now. Add stones, hatch fill, and there it is. It looks real clean, right? Really, really nice. The box is perfect. All my stones look perfect. But let's go ahead and do that with my circle here. So hatch fill in the circle. A little rough. Obviously the sides came out good, but you can see at the bottom here we started running into some issues. Not consistent. There's a lot of openings. There's a lot of spacing in between my stones. Not necessarily what I wanted to do. So we have another option here. We have the island fill as well. So here is what the island fill is going to do for me. So this is the best way to really see what the two fills do. So island fill now. Now notice if I don't have anything selected in my islands, or my contour spacing, it just fills in the design. All right. If I did select one to the inside, it's just going to give me 1 row of stones to the inside. So again, it's just island fill it. And now you notice with the box, it's not going to come out nearly as good. It's going to be a little bit of opening here. But watch what happens with the circle here. island fill. And bam, that's pretty nice, right? Look at the difference. Beautiful circle there, symmetrical, all the circles are going, it looks like a nice flowing design. This one's a little bit rough on the edges, a lot more editing for that particular design. Deetra, how do you do a fill with an object in the circle or square? I'm not sure what you mean. Like, you're saying if you want to add something else to the inside of this design here? So inside of here? Okay, so in that case, Deetra, pretty simple. Let's say we have the letter R. You know, you can do a couple different things here. We can go highlight fonts, and let's just change that to one of our fonts that we have here. Oh. So let's say we have this font here. All right, and we want to just place that inside of my area right here. The big thing to do, I would first line it up, and then we have a couple different features. I can go here, highlight my box. Oh, hold on, real quick here. Let me go ahead and get rid of my paths. All right, so what I can do in this case, I can highlight these, and I can do the merge overlap. Oh, you know what I did wrong here? We make sure that when you're doing this, whatever you want to be basically showing up front, that you want to kind of come through, has to be in the back. All right, so I'm going to select the R again. So I'm selecting the R here. All right, selecting that R, and I'm actually going to go edit to back a page. All right, so now you can't really see that. So now what we can do is highlight that part right there, hit merge overlap, and now the R shows through. All right, so yeah, you might have to do a little bit of editing here and there, maybe move some stones around, maybe move this up here, and then do some different things in there to clean it up. But that's how you would basically do that with that merge overlap there, or mark top layer if you want to copy some and delete some different things. Send to back, and lasso. Tracy, that's if that would work if I didn't already have the Rhinestone font. But all I'm hitting here is that merge overlap in this case. If you want to do what you're saying, Tracy, I can type in the letter, like let's say the letter V. Lift this up a little bit. All right, so I can highlight that, go to my impact font. Let me see what's going on here. I font not wanting to cooperate. All right, so this one's busted up. So college black. All right, so we have our college black font here. Let's go and make that yellow. Now what I can do is I can move this to the center here. Notice how this is not a Rhinestone font now. All right, this is not a Rhinestone font. So what I want to do is I want to put it in here. I'm going to go Stone Wizard to back a page, and now I'm just going to do lasso, and then we can change the color to yellow and see how it actually did that for me as well. And then you can come in here and just do some different editing. But yeah, that's when you're working with that vector design with like just a solid vector image rather than the Rhinestone font. With the Rhinestone font, because it's already made, the merge overlap works a little bit better. All right, so that was using the magic lasso, which is right here, which has the 4 circles, and then inside has like a wrapping around 3 circles. All right, so Tracy, let me go ahead and let's go cover the place and fill here. Excuse me, the effects. Now I know I saw the apple earlier. Unfortunately, I don't have an apple. I don't have an apple that I have on my website right now that I can bring in, trace, and do that. But what I can do, here we go. Writing another one down here for you guys. So make video using hatch fill on complex object. Is that better? So on a more complex design rather than just doing it in a box. Teresa, real quick, how did I delete the V? I didn't delete the V. What I did, let's go back one. So I placed the V inside of the box here. Okay, Janetta, I'll do the apple for you. I'll do the apple, okay? Or if you want me to do the video, let me know. All right, so right here, I went to the back, right? So because it's a block design, you can even try to line it up with the stones, because what it is it's just basically taking over those stones. So line it up a little bit there. Now I only have the V selected. Notice it's in the back of the page. So the V selected, it's on the back of the page. Now I'm going to go ahead and do my lasso right here. All right, so right below the brick stones, hit the lasso. And now notice I can drag this out, and all it is those stones are in black still. All right, so what I need to do is just change the color of that. And there it is. We're all set. Jerry, what if you want USA in HTV and then want scatter stones around that? Perfect, Jerry. I'm glad you asked that question because we're just getting to the scatter effect now. All right, so Jerry's question was, and Tracy's question was, how do we do the scatter effect? Jill, it would be great to have a chart most used contour space sizing like when making an island. Oh, Jill, it would be great, right? Wouldn't it be great if that was in the upgrade as well? If it was already placed inside the stone wizard for you every time you selected your stone size, wouldn't that be great? It might be a reality already, but Jill, just stay tuned. That might already be created for you. All right. So real quick, let's go ahead and cover the effects feature here, since that is one of the questions that we've been getting questions on. Let's go ahead and show you what we can do. So effects feature, pretty cool. Let's show you here. Now, guys, I haven't showed this part yet, but if you ever do have any questions, we do have the videos tutorials tab at the top here. Basically, same features. Click on it. It's going to take you to our YouTube channel. So if I want to see what fill between two stones is, I'm going to select that. You guys don't see it, but it actually brought it up on my other screen here. So that's going to bring it right to my YouTube channel. Hit skip, and now I can see that particular video there. All right. So the videos are there to help. So, and also, if you go to my place and fill, we also have these videos here that will show you the different options for that. Now, I know Tracy said she had an issue because she was watching the video and it wasn't correlating. Jerry, you left us. Jerry, you still with us? I was just going to show you the USA scatter. Come back. All right, so real quick, let's show you what these scatters are. So let's say I have a heart design. So let's go ahead and select heart, my basic shapes here. We're going to select the heart, and we're just going to go ahead and make this a little heart there. All right. So what if I want to create that scatter kind of explosion effect to this design? So let's go ahead and choose islands. So I'm going to select 10 islands. And then we're going to go ahead and select the contour spacing. Now the contour spacing is the spacing of my new island that's going to be created here. So the spacing between, let's say, let me go ahead and change that back to 1. So let's say I want to go 0.07 island fill. Oh, select your object, obviously. And then we're doing island fill. Notice the spacing, the 0.07 is this to here. All right, that's my contour spacing. So if I want to go bigger than that, we can go here. We can go 0.1 island fill, and now it's even further out. All right, so that's what the contour space is going to do for you. So let's go ahead and select 10 islands to the outside. We're going to add stones. We'll do 0.07. Now we're using 0.07, guys, because it's half of 0.14. And what is 0.14? It's just a little bit bigger than our SS10 stones. All right, so that's going to give you just a little bit of room in between. All right, so got my grandmother calling me over here. We'll have to call her back. All right, so we have the contour spacing in there. Now we're going to go ahead and decrease count by. So this is the number of stones that's going to be decreasing each island that we create. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and let's do 9, and then we'll do a fade by 0.02. All right, and all we need to do, we still have our scatter contour selected there because it's going to be the contour. Let's go ahead and zoom out just a little bit here and show you what's going to happen. So select island fill. Make sure you hit island fill, and there it is. Now we're going to highlight my design. Notice that we have some islands going around. Now, if you want to create this into a multi-deck, all right, if this is going to be a multi-deck design and you want to keep that heart inside of it and make that vinyl, what we can do is highlight the design and just hit clear path. Don't hold shift. So now what we have here is a cool looking scatter effect. Let's go ahead and change the color of the inside there. If you want to change it, let's put a cool holographic color in there, some red. Then if you want to go ahead and change some of the colors of the rhinestones, we can do so too. Let's go ahead and select just the left side here, make that purple, and we can change that to crystal. And there it is. Let's go ahead and highlight this design. Go to my mock-ups, put it on a single shirt here. So single shirt to the front. Single shirt only front, put it on the t-shirt, and there it is. Pretty simple, right? Change the color of my shirt here, and there's my cool looking, there's my holographic in the middle, my rhinestones on the outside, and pretty cool looking effect, right? Now, of course, you can go back, if I go back one, and let's go ahead and just drag this out, and we'll make that black. So what happens if I go here back to my place and fill, and we change that to 15, we change that to maybe 12, what happens now? Notice what happens is, because it was too many islands, so the 15 and the 12 just didn't add up. So now what we would have to do is delete these extra islands out of there, or just go back one and redo it. But you can just delete those and you still have a pretty cool looking effect there. You see that? But what happened was we have a lot more spacing now. This one actually went a little bit further out just because of the decreased count by and the islands were so far off. So the best thing to do is really just go in there and kind of test it out and figure out some different ways to use it. And then if I zoom in here, notice that contour spacing that we put in of 0.07 made it so that there's a little bit of space between my vinyl and my rhinestones. So they're not going to be touching at all. All right. So the question was earlier, how do we... Now, Tracy, did that help there? Let me know if there's some questions that you still had in regards to that. Yep. Okay, perfect, Tracy. Now, the question was, how do we get the word USA? So type out USA. And actually, it's funny. We created some designs like this for cheerleading just yesterday that we were actually releasing today. But let's say we have USA. We have, let's type in TRW. Oh, man, this is not working out for me, huh? All right, so we have USA typed out in rhinestones. All right, so there's rhinestones. Let's go ahead and create a box around that real quick. So we're going to create a box. There it is. So just know that that box is the right size and make it as close as possible to that letter, to the word. All right, so there it is. There's USA inside of my box. What's next? Now we need to go to our scatter box effect over here. All right. So what is scatter box going to do for me? Let's go ahead and reset. So if I hit this little reset right here, it just resets it for me. Now, when I'm working with a scatter box, it's going to be a little bit different because it's just going to create just a randomized scatter effect on my screen. So what I can do is let's go do 9 islands, and we're going to increase the density. Now, the density is just how many stones you're going to have on as far as the scatter. So we can go density of 5. All right, hit island fill. Oh, see what we did there, guys? What did we forget to do? We forgot to hit add stones. So we're going to go hit add stones, island fill. You know what I forgot to do as well? I forgot to add my contour spacing. We need to do that as well. But you can see right there, went through the design, but let's go back one because I still want, so we can do 0.07 and then we're going to do the island fill. All right. And I know what I did wrong again. I keep forgetting to select that box. So notice how it's doing it inside. The reason for that is because I did not select the box there. All right, but that's how you would do it. Let's take this off. If I want to type in USA again, I can basically just drop that in there. If you guys want, just drop it in there. Bam, there's USA. There's our scatter effect on the outside. If you want to add, oh, perfect, Tracy. There you go. So if you guys want to add some more to the counter scatter effect out here, we can go to my single drop. So single drop is right below my break stones, and I can just go in here and do a single drop for each of these as well. So see that we can go in here, just drop them in, and that works. All right, and then you can just scatter them around as well. But basically the density here and your islands is what's going to really create that scatter look. So say we have something like this, and we went to 15, and we went to 10 for the density. Let's see what happens now. And this is just, I'm just going in there just throwing random numbers out there. I don't know what's going to happen. Let's see. Looks pretty cool so far. Looks a lot bigger because we have more of the islands. So look at that. Now it's a larger scatter effect. So if it's something that you guys want to just do, just random scatter and then just throw it on the front of the shirt, back of the shirt, is another good way to do about that. All right, guys. So does anybody have any questions in regards to the effects, the islands, the mock-ups, anything? I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you guys have for us. Again, it is Friday. It's the end of the week, so might as well get all those questions out of the way and before the weekend so we can actually enjoy the weekend, right? No problem, Joe. No problem. Glad that you stayed through. Do the ellipse. Nelly, are you saying just create an ellipse? So create this. The scatter ellipse you're saying? Same thing. Notice how I just created an ellipse. So instead of a box, it just knows that there's going to be an ellipse now. And it might freeze it because I have too many islands on there. And I made the design pretty large. So what you can see, it was 10.8. So what it's doing with 15 islands, this design is going to be huge. So that's the issue we're running into. Oh, perfect, Russ. Learn something new with the watermark. So there it is. There's my ellipse. Now again, if I look up here, it's 13 inches. So it's pretty large. But again, the same concept with the ellipse. Now, if you come here, notice that was with the density fill, okay? If I go ellipse, if I go 10 islands, and then we're going to do decrease count by 9, 0.02, or let's change it to 0.05 this time, see what happens. So we're going to do an island fill. Oh, that did not work. So let's go back to 0.02, maybe 10 here. Let's see if this is going to work for us. Okay, so it's not going to work for us, but oh, it did work. Just needed to add the stone. So there it is. If I did the islands with my decreased count by, we're going to go ahead and clear paths, and there it is. So it's kind of a cool looking effect there now. Just completely different because I changed the decreased count to 10 instead of 9. Jessica, is there already a tutorial to show how to do an ombre effect or gradient for rhinestones? Now you're saying something like this, and then you can kind of do like a, you can do, now Jessica, I am Hispanic. All the women in my family have gone through the ombre stage, so I know exactly what that is. But you can do is basically, you can go here, you can color this orange or brown, and then you can kind of make it go down like here, make it a different color. Is that what you're saying? Like just change the colors throughout the whole entire design like this, just so you reach like a lighter color at the bottom. Yeah, but mix them. Yeah, absolutely. And the way to do this, just you can highlight it. So let's say we can do this green, and then make this like pink. So something like that, we can just go down. And then one thing you can do, let's just say you have an area right here. So this area right here, you just want to change these colors here. I can go to design prep. And this is where we're going to use design prep again, all right? So you don't want to change just this side of the design. We're going to go process by color. Now the orange I can change to yellow, process by color. Now the green I can change to blue, process by color. Now the pink I can change to purple, and then process by color. The black we can change to, if you want to go blue again, just change it to blue. All right, so you can mix it up by the process by color as well. All right, is that what you're referring to there? And if it's not, I can, shoot me an email, kind of explain a little bit better, and then I can go ahead and send you, create a video for it as well. Okay, no problem, Jessica. All right, guys. So again, appreciate all your questions. Thank you for everyone for coming in. We actually had a packed house, over 90 people in here. So we had a pretty good turnout. Again, guys, if you guys have any suggestions for webinars, send them our way. Let us know what you guys want to see. As you can see, with the wizard growing, it is becoming pretty difficult to cover the whole entire wizard in one webinar. So if there's specific features you guys want to see, let us know. We'll be more than happy to create those. As we're still creating more webinars for the future, we're looking into making just specific features that we're going to be covering in the webinars as well. Is there a way to do an order form using the wizard? You can wait till the end to answer. Kendrick, yes, there is. Of course, Kendrick. Can't believe I didn't cover that earlier. But so let's say we have this design here. So this awesome looking design here. And we want to create a mock-up with the design on there, the stone count, the shirt on there, and it's also going to give me an order form to send to my customer. All right, so we've gone through double front, we've gone to single shirt. Now the only thing we have not covered was the proof to the front. All right, so again, drop down menu, proof front, click on that. Now we're gonna go ahead and select our women's scoop neck. Now look at this. Nope, looks like I had something wrong with that design in there too. So let's go back one. Yeah, there's something going on with this design, I think. So something really strange, I think. All right, I think we should be good now. So I didn't clear my path is what I think was happening. Something strange going on with my design here that I created. So let's get rid of that. Get rid of my, delete my pages down here. And I'm not sure what happened with that design. But let's say we had a heart design. All right, so a little heart. And we'll just make it a 2-color real quick. Or actually just do a quick little island fill to the outside. So look how easy it was to create an island fill to this design. So that quick, create an island fill, clear paths. Now we have a 2-color design here. And we want to throw this on the shirt. So we're going to highlight our design. We're going to go mock-ups again. Now again, I have the proof to the front selected. So proof to the front, select the women's scoop neck. And now we got our mock-up here created. So I'm not sure what was going on with that last file, but I think I corrupted it somehow. But basically, there it is. There's the TRW cheer. Change the name, of course. There's our heart. There's the dimensions. There is the number of colors of stones that we have. But beyond that, we have down here is our proof sheet, aka our order sheet. So there's our quantity, price quote, design name, everything you need to have for your customer there. Sign it off at the bottom, send it back. Now you're ready to go into production. Now the one thing is you can go in here. If you double click on it, you can actually change it. So 4 to 3 or 3 to 4 days instead. Perfect. There you go. Now you just go ahead and save that file. All right, so you can go File, Save, and that's going to save it for you. Jonetta, don't forget the apple in the 209 video, and I will not forget that. Don't worry. You know what? You know what? It's not even lunchtime yet. What do you guys think? Jonetta, you want to stay around and just bring in the apple real quick? Let me see what I can do for you guys. Theresa, when will this be posted? Missed most of it. Hopefully at the end of the day. Okay, you know what? Let's just do, yeah, you know, it's Friday. Let's give you guys a little bit more. Takes me away from doing actual work, you know. All right, so let's go ahead and bring in an apple. So all I'm going to do is just going to go ahead and go to my... Now, of course, we never recommend doing this, guys. So this is just for the purposes of the webinar. Apple silhouette. Image. Oh, this is a good one right here. What do you guys think? This one right here? All right. So what we're going to do is just drop this in here. So copy and paste it in there. I'm going to go trace bitmap, outline trace, and do a low quality trace here. See what it comes out. Oh, that came out pretty nice. So there we go. There's my apple. Let's go ahead and increase this a little bit. So there it is. There's my apple. Now all we're doing is just doing a hatch. Are you doing a hatch fill for this, Janetta? If you are, let me go ahead and show you the two different fills that we can do in this case. All right. So what we can do is we can go place and fill. Let's go ahead and refresh this all out. I don't really know. Okay, perfect. No worries. So a couple things we can do. All right. We can technically go here and we can go select my apple, hit add stone selected path, and there's one way to create it. All right. So there's my apple created with just the outline. All right. So that's one way to go about it. The other way is we can go ahead and do a fill to the inside with my island, and that actually came out pretty good. All right. So there's my island fill. Now I'll go in here and show you guys how to edit these as well. All right. Yep, Janetta, yep. And then the hatch fill is going to be this. So this is my hatch fill. Now, personally, I think the island fill comes out a little bit nicer, just because it comes out a little bit cleaner as far as the edges. See how it's kind of like right here is kind of just rough. This is much cleaner, much nicer. Now, this is your two different ones here. So these are the difference between the hatch and the... Man, this was right in the way. Okay. So here's the big difference between the two. All right, so what do you think? I mean, because the apple is more of a rounded shape, it looks better when you do an island fill. All right, so if you guys don't know, just copy the image and do a quick test real quick. Hey, what's going to work best in this case? And I think island does too. So what do we need to do here? Obviously, there's a couple stones touching in the middle there. So there's still some editing we need to do, but a lot less than we would have to do for this one here. All right, and then one thing you always want to do is corner detect as well, which is going to detect these corners up here. But basically from here, let's go ahead and just do a simple highlight. We're going to go merge overlaps. It's going to merge all those stones that are touching are now going to merge together. And now you see these spaces that we have open here? How do we clean these spaces up? All right. And I'm glad you guys stuck around because this is actually something I didn't even cover in this one. Again, there's a lot of great features in here. It is becoming a little bit more difficult to cover all of them, but there is one really, really important tool that we have in the wizard that's going to make your life a lot easier. All right. Oh, there it is. Perfect. Yep, the respace tool. Exactly. Thank you, Jane. So the respace tool is located right here on the bottom, right below the single line, right next to the clear path feature. All right. So let's go ahead and select these stones here on this path. So we're going to select. I'm holding shift, left clicking on each stone. Now I have this row right there selected. All right. So let's go ahead and press my respace and look at that. Brings them all together. I can hit add stone and it adds stones to that. Now, if I want to go ahead and do the same thing right here, we can respace those, get rid of one stone if you want, add another stone, and then we can just go through the whole entire design and real quick and easy, basically respace them all so that those gaps that we have in there are enclosed now. So again, real quick, just respace it, and all I'm doing is just left clicking, moving this one down, and that's just going to come with just kind of understanding the software and the different features. Just repetition. All right, so that's how you're going to go in there and clean those off. Same thing up at the top here. You want to go ahead and add another stone if you like. But right here, notice how we have some spacing. You can go here and just kind of edit it out. Now, here's where you'll notice a big difference is let's go ahead and just close this off here. So we can go here, hold shift, left click, and respace. And we can just go through the whole entire design. And notice how quick, once you get the hang of it, guys, it's really, really simple to be able to do this without even having to draw a line through the middle of the stones. I think it's just easier to select them all. But look how quick and easy I'm going through these and just enclosing that gap in there. All right, because we obviously don't want that gap to be there because it's not going to make the design look good. So you want to make sure we just go in here, respace those out, bam. Looks like we're pretty good there. What do you guys think? See how easy we were able to close that gap off? So once you create the design, the last part of it is actually the editing part, all right? And that's what those different tools are going to do for you as far as editing. That respace tool there, another cool thing you can do with it is even if you're working with like different objects, so even if we're working with like a heart, like we had earlier, so we have this heart design right here, and let's say we had another one here, so copy here, and then we want to place this one all the way down here. All right, so we have this. Look at this. Highlight those, hit magic respace, and then you can add stones to that path if you want as well. So pretty cool. You don't just have to use that respace just for the rhinestones. All right. Was that what you're looking for there, Janetta? Did that kind of make more sense on the two different types of fills and which one to use when? Now, if you're working with like a font, then probably the hatch fill will work best for a font.